Hi y'all, my name is Joseph Adams. I'm with the EFTT team, and I'm going to be going over today the documentation page that we have created for you. So to start, this page is a landing page where these were a lot of questions we had when we were first learning Forex, MQL4, 5. So I decided to take a lot of the questions that we had and we got stuck on for a while and just put them right on the landing page. So hopefully it can answer the first questions you guys have. Such as, what is Forex? What is effort? What is MQL5? What is trend trading? Where can I find extra things to download for MQL5? Right here. What's an indicator, signal, expert, the differences between them? What are the base classes where most other methods and signals derive from? Which is these 5. The class YouTube channel. How to upload videos to the class YouTube channel. And also, there's going to be a password that Professor Sajati will supply to you. I did not put it here for the sake of security, so you're gonna have to manually ask him where it would happen to be, or just search through an old HipChat log, as you'll probably get it early on. Next is what is Jira, how to create a user story. Where is my user story? Because oftentimes you'll find out when you start using Jira, you'll create stories but forget to assign sprints. So they'll still exist, but you won't be able to see them inside your swim lane. So you might think, okay, there's a glitch. What happened? So that's one of the big issues I put up on there, and that's why I had to put it there. How to log work on Jira, what happens to your incomplete stories, and how to navigate the documentation page with a handy-dandy video. So let's start with MQL4, which we originally started with MQL4, and we migrated to MQL5, but I figured I'm going to leave these files here, at the very least, so they'll be able to help you out. They might be able to give you at least some ideas on what to do for MQL5. Such as, this is like the original file structure that MQL4 used. Order notes, such as when you place an order, like typical type of things you would have to look out for. And unit test frameworks. Remember, this is for MQL4. These two won't be able to work for MQL5. Now, going to MQL5, these are mostly a lot of diagrams that show you how everything works. Such as, this is the include expert class diagram with the 5 base classes listed here as well, and also the methods that they use. As you notice, they're also color coded as well. The colors don't have any significance. It's just, it makes it easier to find. Such as, here's where the trade signals are. Down here's where the money class methods are, and the 5 gold gradient classes are the base classes. I decided to make them this color so that way they stand out a little bit more, and also put them at the very top, so they're the very first thing you'll see. Next is the include file structure, which this is the default file structure. When you start adding stuff, it's not going to be the exact same, but these will be able to help you find out where the standard classes are easily. Next is the expert generator activity diagram, which MQL5 provides you with the ability to generate experts. So that's one of our big reasons for switching over to MQL4 to MQL5, as an expert is what you will use to run your code. And MQL5 makes it much easier to create and test code right on the fly. And this goes to the general structure of what you would be doing when you need to create an expert. And then the include class library diagram. There's nothing here except these 2 links. The reason for this is that, because it's the entire include library, it is very big. And as such, I couldn't even upload it as a single photo. It was just too large. So there's a link to a PNG that allows you to see the picture, and a link to a PDF version, which you could download. I highly recommend a PDF version, as you could download it and then use Control F, whereas as it stands right now, and a PNG version, you won't be able to search for anything. So you have to manually scour through the entire document to find everything. Procedures is generally a logistics section, where if you end up asking like, how to go ahead and submit videos and put in requests for feedback, this is a section you'll want to use, which happens to have both, and also the feature document guideline, which is how you happen to create actual user stories. Next is the product owner meeting notes. These are, every Monday we met with the product owner in order to discuss general standings with our project, such as what we did, what we're going to do, and specific advice to each team member that the professor gave us. So they're listed in chronological order, where somewhat you start from July and it keeps working down from newest to oldest, but you're going to have to keep in mind that the dates are automatically indexed from the day. Next we have research, which starting out, we didn't know anything about Forex, MQL5, MetaTrader. This is where we put in all of our research to try to figure out what we found out. As a lot of very useful information, such as general advice that one of our group members got from an experienced trader. So he put the advice there. A big glossary of common terms such as candlesticks, pivot points, bearish bullish markets, polarity, and biases and other such. And also the sources down here if you want to do some further reading. Let's see, what else is there? Just money management notes, such as general good advice, just know your risk per trade, stop losses, be careful with leverage, and the types of stops you could use, and other sorts of good links here as well. Next, we have the styling guides. The styling guides are what you use so that way everyone's code is consistent. Because when you write code, I'm a big fan of in-line bracing. Other people would prefer next-line bracing. This is just so that way when everyone writes their own code, it's more or less readable and structured, so that way everyone has to follow the same file structure. So it's easier to read other people's code and vice versa. And then comments. Most of these comments are auto-generated, such as the constructors and destructures. But what really will help out is with method stubs. So like when you add a new method, you go ahead and just make this little quick page-looking thing, and you could write what your method is supposed to do. Next, we have testing. Testing, again, this is mostly for MQL4, but you might be able to get some ideas on how to perform tests in MQL5 using these pages. So the sources are here, and this is the unit testing guide for MQL4, but again, you might be able to figure out some type of suite that you could use for MQL5. Next is the videos page, where instead of having to go down to the YouTube channel to try to find out where all the videos are, we've decided to put them inside this one location, and also the general subjects, so you could quickly access what it is. So that this one would be a video on the Arun indicator. Like let's say you want to watch a video on how the random forest algorithm works. So there's 3 videos here. Let's say you want to see how our how the expert works so far. These videos are layered on top of each other, and you watch them in order from left to right, such as you're reading. And also you can play them in the browser. You don't have to open up a completely different browser just for this. So next we're going to have the links page. The links page is just where we have a detailed list of our sources. We put in a short summary inside of a documentation page, but let's say you want to do a little more reading, such as, what is a candlestick? You want to read it for yourself? The link will be right here for you, and also the diagram that I used. So, has the general terms, general trading strategies, tutorials on a MetaTrader, Atlassian tools. Atlassian is a thing such as Jira, Bitbucket you're going to use mostly for work. So this is just kind of a quick, how does everything work in a nutshell type thing. Meta Editor is what we will use to is your development environment. QA, such as testing, performance testing, optimization, and then the people that wrote to this page. And then the very last thing is a UML state chart diagram, which this is just a quick how to make a state chart diagram, which is when your program runs, is it going to change states? And this is how you can make a little document saying, okay, whenever this happens, this is the state that it enters, or reverses back into here should this event happen. And with that, that is EFTT's document page. Thank you for watching.